In July of 2023, we embarked on an epic geocaching adventure that would take us across the continent, only to then drive over 3,500 kilometers in an attempt to complete one of Canada's most favorited geotours, find some of the oldest geocaches, and get ourselves to the Maritime Mega event in New Brunswick. This is the story of that journey, and we're going to let you know what worked, what failed, and what we walked away learning. So buckle up for this road trip, adventurers, as we once again let geocaching be our tour guide. We flew out of the Abbotsford Airport on a sunny afternoon, headed to Toronto, where we'd be picking up our rented camper van, which would be home for the rest of this adventure. And at this point, we were headed to Wilberforce, Ontario, and the geocaching capital of Canada, Geotour, with one special stop first. Alright guys, so I'm nerding out on our first stop on our road trip. Pete's Pirate Life shop here in Newmarket, Ontario. Enjoying a coffee from the coffee bar, checking out all the stuff that I probably can't afford, but it's cool to come and look at. So after almost a full day of driving, had a cool stop there at Pete McKinnon's place, and now we have done a whole bunch more driving, and we are out near Gooderham, and we are at the first, or well, the first for us, the westernmost of the geocaching capital of Canada, Geotour caches. So we're going to get this adventure kicked off from a geocaching perspective right now. Calling all geocachers, calling all geocachers. Hey adventurers, so we're on day 2 of the adventure here, finding these Geotour caches, still having fun. Now we take a little bit of a break from the adventure to go tackle the Highlands Howler Wolf Geo Art. Day 2 taught us that, in hindsight, there is a reason most geocachers don't attempt these in July. Lots of green underbrush and bugs. So when is the best time of year to do the Geotour and the Geo Art? We learned it seems to be late spring or early fall, yet here we are. And after a 73 fine day for day 2, we got some rest and got ready for day 3. Well, we've come up this way. We can go that way or keep going straight because there is a fork in the road. This is not a drill. Nope, it's not. Are you
sure?
I'm sure. It's a saw. Hey adventurers, well, it is the start of day 4. It is a nice morning in the Wilberforce area. The experience and the Geotour and the GeoArt themselves are great. I think it's just we picked a bad time of the year to come here. That's on us. But anyways, otherwise we're enjoying it. And you know, the nomad life, the van life, really an interesting experiment to try out. And I'm gonna have a whole lot more about that in a different video, so watch for that. However, let's go find another geocache. Be careful with that. It's a trap. See how high this goes. Oh, just that high. Well, so we've had an unexpected change in the weather, but hey, now it's starting to feel like home and less bugs. So here at the Geocaching capital of Canada, Academy, a place where there's lots of brains, we've dropped off this zombie trackable in search of brains. Well, here's a geocache that really lets you unwind. Optics look like they could use a little cleaning on this one. Okay, yeah, I guess that's it. All right, I guess tip it over. It's like cow tipping. This is how you deer tip. You grab it by the muzzle, you tilt it backwards very calmly, and you say, I'm sorry. The cache is actually in the stump. Oh dear, you tricked us.
What happens when you're too busy filming?
I was too busy filming, having fun with the deer. There once was a road in Ontario whose driveway was very, very scary-o. Dear viewer, please finish this limerick. In search of the den of the spider monkey, are we? I think you found it. Now what? I gotta stick my hand. But I found the spider monkey. I'm stroking his tummy like it told us to, so he doesn't bite.
I wouldn't do it.
Good. You wouldn't stick your hand?
No, that's why I waited for
blindly into a hole. I do. Gotta make a donation to get the cash.
Looks like it.
Cash for cash. Well, this is our last cache. And the toads are singing us a farewell song. The butterflies waving goodbye. And we have found all 150 Geotour caches, all 100 GeoArt caches in just under 4 days. It has been an adventure. So adventurers, what have we learned? Well, what we've learned is if you were planning on tackling the geocaching capital of Canada Geotour and the Highlands East Howler GeoArt, there's 5 things that you need to know. And here's what we think those 5 things are. First of all, thing number 1, you're gonna wanna bring some tots, some tools of the trade. A flashlight, a UV light, because, and we'll get to it, but there's night caches, and a strong magnet. We happened to have one, but it wasn't a tot we brought. It was something we had in my filming kit, so strongly recommend. Definitely those 3 things. Another thing, thing number 2 that we're gonna recommend is make sure you read through all the cache pages before you go. We got a little bit tripped up because there's a few things you need to know. First of all, there's 3 night caches, so you need to know that. There is one cache where you need to know the business hours that it's open or you can't get the cache. And there's one more cache where you probably will need to go out wading in the water. Just read all the cache pages before you go. Number 3 is we're going to recommend that you think about what time of year you're gonna go. Now, we went in the height of summer, which, well, it's beautiful weather, it's a lot of bugs and there's a lot of undergrowth. So it's easier to do this cache, and we find that most of the logs of people who've done it seems to be late spring or early fall, just avoiding that height of summer. Your mileage may vary, your choice, but that's our advice. Next, thing number 4, if you are going to go during any of the bug season, strongly consider a bug hat, a bug jacket, some sort of protection beyond just spray-on bug repellent. It just doesn't last long enough. You're gonna want a proper bug jacket and or bug hat. So take that as another piece of advice. And lastly, it's a piece of advice, but something we also just want to encourage all of you to do. If you have gone and done the Geotour, if you're thinking about doing the Geotour, if you've enjoyed this video about the Geotour, and hey, keep watching because there's a whole lot more adventure to come. But consider writing a postcard to Tupper T Turtle. One of the caches in the Geotour is a mailbox where Tupper keeps postcards that have been sent that you can then read from other cachers. Now, right now, there's a couple in there from Germany and France and some cool stuff like that, but consider writing your own postcard to Tupper T Turtle, sending it in, and then other geocachers will get to enjoy that when they get to that particular cache. So we'll put the address down below on the screen, and we'll also have it in the notes. If you click read more down below, you'll be able to find that info.
So adventurers, we completed this part of our dozen-day geocache road trip and earned the coveted GeoCoin. Now, don't miss the next episode where we'll bring you along as we head east to the Maritime Mega event, find some friends, and grab some classic geocaches. Subscribe today so you don't miss any of the fun.